Hello, Mike. Test. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mike. Test. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mike. Test. Hello. Hello, Mike. Test. Hello. 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 Hello, Mike. Test. Hello, Mike. Test. Hello. 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 Hello, Mike. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So in this this is a test live stream. So when you're in CorelDRAW, like I did this effect very quickly, and so basic concept is how to merge photographs quickly. Say for example like this, right? This consists of 3 photographs. So this is one, which is this one here. And then the second one is this water. And then the third one is this, the eye, right? Now, unfortunately, I already converted to a bitmap. So that's why I can't separate these 2 objects here. I mean, those 2 photographs. So anyway, I really like CorelDRAW because the transparency tool is really, really powerful. So here's an example. So for example, I got 2 photographs here, and I'm going to blend these photographs using the transparency tool, which is this one here. I'm using CorelDRAW X8, but you can always use the transparency tool in previous version. So if I get 2 photographs here, and what I'll do, I'm gonna make it the same width. Okay. Now it's really up to you which one you want to go to the front. So if this one goes to the front, then you make this as a transparency, right? So for example, here I'm gonna make this transparent. So I just go to my transparency tool, and then go to fountain transparency. So when you click on fountain transparency, this one will be the default. So what you have to do is just to move this to, no, not that way, but here, like that. Then if you notice now, it's kind of blending now, right? And then just do a little bit of adjustment, and then you're good. See, that was amazing because it's I just did one tool, and it blends both images, and that was really quick, right? Now, so now that's two, what do you call this? I'm gonna put it here, two pictures blended. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna duplicate this and then put it back here. And now let's try to figure out if it's still the same effect if not the glasses, the photo of the glasses be transparent, but the eye will be transparent. So I'm going to click on this one first, and I'm going to remove the transparency, which is this one here. And then what I'll do, I'm gonna put the eye to be to front. So I click on objects, order to front of page. Okay. Now let's do it this way. So I'm going to click on my transparency tool, and you can also click and drag going down to make a linear transparency. Okay, and I'm going to go very close to this one here, and there you go. Now if you look at these two pictures, I mean these two layouts here, it's actually to achieve the same effect, right? This one is the eye that was transparency. I put transparency here, and this one, it was the glasses. So now it just proves that it doesn't really matter if what you put first, okay? Well, make sure that the one that you want to be transparent should be to the front of the image. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back here. Let's go to the third image, okay? So for the third image, I'll make it to front, right? So I click on order to front of page, and I have this image here. Now I'm gonna show you the problem here, right? Not really a problem, but an issue is that when I click on my transparency tool and I go like this, right? It blends, right? Let's just say it blends there. Let's say I want to achieve that kind of. See, I'm just gonna blend it more. So that's my third. Okay, so it's just playing around with this slider, this slider here, to make it stronger transparency and all this stuff. Okay, what I'll put this here in the bottom here. But see, if you really take a look at it, this one here it's like a hard edge here, and also this one is a hard edge. So just want to make sure that I'm still okay with my audio. Can anybody just type in if the audio is fine before I continue? Okay, so anyway, so the third photo, so my issue here is that this is hard edge, and then this one's hard edge too. But I can't do, because I already put transparency here. Okay, so the transparency is already in here. But once I put a transparency, which is that one, I can't put another transparency. But what if I want to make this transparent here from top? Okay, from this top of the picture. Okay, but without losing this transparency on the left side, right? I can't do that in CorelDRAW right now, right? Because there's no option of double transparency or triple linear transparency. There's only one linear transparency. So, but there's always a workaround on anything, right? So what I suggest you do is, first of all, is to copy this. Okay, I duplicate it and I put it somewhere there. Okay, I can also remove the transparency. I'll just keep the original one in there, because and I'm gonna show you why. Because once I'm gonna hide it over there, because once I do a transparency on this one here, we can't go back. There's no turning back anymore. So anyway, to fix that problem or that issue, the simplest way to do is to convert this one to a bitmap or a JPEG or whatever. So you go click on bitmap and then click on convert to bitmap. And let's say I'm gonna have it printed, right? So I go 300 dpi, and then these two should be turned on. Click on check, anti-aliasing and transparency background, and click OK. Okay. So now, since this is transparent, this is not transparent anymore. It's a JPEG or sorry, it's a bitmap, right? Then now you can do another transparency from the top. See what I mean? Now you can do it that way, right? Okay, so now you have that. But what if I want it to be transparent here too? Okay, so again, I can't do that because CorelDRAW can only make one linear transparency. So the next thing I have to do is to again convert it to bitmap. So convert to bitmap. Same thing. Click on anti-aliasing and transparency background and click OK. And then now I can go to my transparency tool and make that transparent again. There you go. And now you don't need to change it to a bitmap again because you achieve already the double transparency. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crop this. So another way to crop pictures without losing the other stuff, you just go to your shape tool and you choose those two nodes and move it to the left or to the right or up and down. Now I merged three pictures here now. Now I'm gonna Control Z again just to show you why I keep the original picture. Okay. Now if I click on this one and then remove the transparency, I can't go back to the original photo because I already converted these two steps here to transparency to a bitmap, right? But what if I want to change something, right? I can't do that anymore. That's why you have to keep your original image, which is this one here. Okay, so I'm gonna put transparency here again. So is everything all right? Is everything clear? Okay. And now you have that. Now the beauty of this is that you can actually separate these images, right? You're not stuck to to a bitmap that you can't adjust, except for this one because we changed the bitmap. But we have this one as our source, so we're okay with that. So I'm gonna hit undo, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna look into my chat here. I want to see what are the questions. Any questions about it? Okay, so now one question is, how do you, I'm not sure if this is the right answer or this is the right interpretation, how to adjust all pic, or if you want to adjust all pictures, like all three of them. It is very powerful. The shade over the third, I don't know what shade you mean, but it's transparency, right? So now, okay, so let me see if I can do this. So the question is how to make this transparent too, right? So it's very easy, but the secret there is always copy or duplicate before you do any adjustments, okay? Because this one, for the whole picture, right? For example, I want to put another effect, linear transparency. What I can do, I can select these three photos and then convert it to bitmap, okay? Same thing, you put this anti-aliasing and transparency background checked, and then click OK. Now it's a bitmap, right? I can't ungroup this, I can't separate this into three photos. But now you can do transparency. So for example, you want to go transparency from there, right? And then you can also go, I'm gonna go bitmap, convert to bitmap, and then I convert to bitmap, and then I can go another transparency going up, and then convert to bitmap, and I go transparency again to the left. See, I'm doing 4 linear transparency. Convert to bitmap, and I'll do the last one, just that one, and convert to bitmap. Now if I put a black background and put this behind object, order to back of page, see the effect that you can create with the transparency tool. Okay, so there was a question of blue transparency, right? Okay, so what I'll do, so blue transparency, maybe I can change this boot. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you mean? Or blue transparency. Okay, so blue transparency can also be, for example, this one. I'm gonna put an object there, I mean a square or rectangle, and then I'll make that blue. Okay, and then make that transparent, uniform transparency, so that is blue transparency, right? But then you can adjust the transparency by going here. You can see the difference. The higher the number, the more transparent. Okay, so let's compare that to the original one. I'm gonna move it down here, and I'm gonna remove that. See, that's blue transparency. Yeah, that's blue transparency. So another way to do it is, oops. Okay, let's analyze this. I'm gonna put a blue there to front, and then I click on the transparency tool, and then I click and drag. So that's another way to make your photo transparent with another color. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Okay, it's all about transparency. I think there's one question here in the live chat saying that how can I make this blue? The pick to be blue is not transparency, but it's Duotone. One way to do it is you go to bitmap, convert to bitmap, and then make it grayscale. You don't need to make this transparency, but you can also make it if you want. Click OK. It's grayscale, right? Now if you want to make that bluish, go to bitmap, mode, Duotone, or then you can go tritone, and all of this change it to blue. Maybe this one dark blue. Let's just say that one, and this one say that blue. And then what you can do, you can click on preview. That's what you get. So I think you can also change, let's see that. No, Makes it dark. Just reset that. We'll make it Duotone, so it's better. So you go darker blue. Okay, I'd say try that. Preview. Okay, that's because of the yellow. So we'll change the yellow to light blue. Preview. And there. Okay. The only thing here is we can't change the transparency because it is not transparency. It's Duotone. Okay, I think that's it for now, and I will see you in the next live streaming. If you want to comment, please do comment. If you want something like this more often, just put it in the comment section or the chat session, and there you go, the power of transparency in CorelDRAW. Okay, goodbye.